Yeah, obviously a big win for our team. It's good college basketball rivalry. A lot of respect for Jans and what he's done everywhere he's been here. So it's just a good college basketball game. We knew we needed to compete on the boards. We didn't out-rebound the opponent, but we were competitive enough to give us other chances to win the game. Obviously a low turnover game, gave our offense a chance to kind of absorb some droughts where we couldn't buy a shot. I think the game came down to the last couple of possessions, and we made one more play than them. So we had some special performances tonight. That's what you got to have in an SEC game. Malik Dia rebounded the ball about as well as I've seen him rebound. And so just a lot of good things. I thought Ilias controlled the game. But a lot of respect for Jans and that team. It's a good win for us, really because of our respect we have for that opponent. Any questions for Ilias?
5 games in, how do you feel like you've gotten adjusted to the SEC?
I feel like I just pretty quickly, so it feels good to win. I know every game is another story, and that's going to be a tough game because this league is very tough. So just keep going and try to improve every game and keep going.
Coach Jans, this is back-to-back big wins for you guys. First the win over Georgia, now the win over Mississippi State. Just what have you seen in these 2 games that makes you feel like you guys have really turned the corner?
I'll answer that question for sure. Any other questions for Ilias? Let him get in the shower, go right back. Anything else for Ilias?
Got a question back here. David Olsen from Jackson. What do you feel like was the difference between first and second half? Only a 3-point game at halftime, but for you, I just felt like at least to me, momentum just seems to be more on your side, making those plays like Coach said you need to make right at the end.
I feel like we played more aggressive in the second half. That was really intense, and that's made the difference, especially at the end. We keep playing aggressive all during the game, so that's the difference. Just play more aggressive than them.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Anything else for Ilias?
One more for Ilias, sorry. First time playing the rivalry game, how intense was it out there? Would you say this match was maybe different than other conference games?
I played some rival game in my life, and this one is really intense. We can feel the fan on the court. We can really talk with my teammates, so that was a really good game, and I like this rival game.
Thanks, Ilias.
What was that question?
Yeah, what was this with the back-to-back wins, win over Georgia, win over MSU? Just what are some of the biggest things that have stood out from these 2 games that make you feel like this team is turning a corner?
Yeah, I think from our point of view, we have been playing better basketball since the Christmas break. Gave ourselves a chance in Norman, Oklahoma. Didn't go our way. Ran into just an explosive Arkansas team at home. It was a 1-possession game, with under a minute left. And so just trying to get the guys to stay the course. The scoreboard always can't be the measure of how your team's playing, but you got to have some validation wins along the way. So I think, getting our first win against Missouri, there's no denying the guys are playing a little bit more confidence right now as a unit for sure.
Wait, you made a story these last couple of games. Seems like he's been a big spark off the bench.
Yeah, AJ's playing really aggressive. I've never been concerned about starting lineup. As a matter of fact, many of our teams over the years, our best player has been the 6th man for a reason. So this team has 6 or 7 starters. Appreciate AJ's willingness just to go play the game. More important to me is who the guys we are to trust to play at the end of the game. But AJ's playing aggressive on offense, and I think on defense there's been some real improvements. He's a guy that has great poise. He never gets too high or too low, and then the guys really feed off of him in big moments. So, everybody leads in a different way, and AJ leads through performance, and he really leads through his demeanor. It's hard to get him rattled.
And then the first half going into the break down 3, was that encouraging, just how the game was going to start?
Yeah, playing on the road in the SEC, you just want to give yourself a chance. And so we felt good about the position we were in at halftime in terms of we really weren't making shots, but we were getting quality shots, just giving up too many layups on defense. So just a couple simple adjustments and just kind of recommit to the game plan. And I thought, in the second half, we obviously won the game with our half-court defense in the second half, holding them to under 40%. It was a low turnover game, which allowed us to absorb, a poor 3-point shooting night for us. There's different ways to win games, and it's up to the players to be, intelligent enough that during the game to figure out, hey, here's our best chance to try to win this game tonight. Obviously, fortune goes our way. with some of Hubbard's shots tonight because he makes those shots, period. But give our guys credit. You know, I think we earned the right to have some fortune with how hard we were playing. And we were playing as a team tonight. We were very connected as a team. Started yesterday in practice.
Coach, back in the right again. This week, obviously, early in SEC play, we had 2 huge wins. What has made your team so clutch when they need to make those last baskets to come back and win? And what kind of tone does that set, do you hope, going forward?
Yeah, I think, again, it's just staying the course. Our non-conference schedule in November and December, we were almost in every single game. You know, several of our losses were 1 or 2 possession games. So just getting the guys to understand we get back in those moments in league play. Let's just play the game the right way. So it's not just as easy as saying, hey, let's go win the game. I mean, the other team wants to win the game too. So it's about doing what you want done, you know, making sure you have the matchups you want on the defensive end, making sure you execute on the offensive end. And so, again, I think since we came back from Christmas break, we're playing better basketball for sure.
Any more questions for Coach?
Pinkins came up big for you. Again, what have you seen from him, just his growth throughout the year?
Yeah, Patton's one of the best freshmen in college basketball. And, you know, there's only so much ink, there's only so much time in the media for stories to be told. But I think that, you know, over time, Patton will demand that his story be written. Just like Klafke last year for our team, he was one of 12 freshmen that really played in the league every half, every rotation. And Patton's earned the right to be in our rotation this year as a freshman. He's grown a lot. You know, he's a much different player than he was in November. He does a great job letting the older guys kind of lead him, but at the same time, he has that confidence and swag where, you know, he has the guts to take the shot like he did tonight, kind of the game winner on the baseline. So to make that shot, you know, you have to have the courage to take that shot. And Patton does not fault lack of confidence. I mean, Patton's a guy that he wants to be in those moments. But I think he's one of the best freshmen in the country. I think we'll just have to keep winning, and hopefully somebody will tell the story at some point.
All right, thanks, everyone.
Thanks.